Friday night. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for making us part of your day. He's Antonio Lynn Sr., former Pomona Panther, Ramapo Griffin, class of 98, now a certified chef, doing big things out there, private events, catering gigs in North Carolina. Tony, it's been a while. How are you? Welcome to the program.
Kenford, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, fam?
Doing well, doing well. Good to see you, man. By the way, the SV hat, we were talking about that off air because Pat had one on, man. I need to get me one of those hats, man. Representing Spring Valley to the fullest, man.
I'm gonna give you the link for this, man. We have a young brother from the town named Dwayne Bell, which we spoke off camera at Eddie's younger brother. He started Spring Valley the brand. So yeah, he has hats in different colors. It also has Spring Valley the brand on the side and Spring Valley on the front, and you can get them in different colors. So I'll give you the link, and you can share. You could drop the link on the podcast or share it on your page. Anybody that's from the 845, you grew up in Spring Valley, please support the brand.
For sure.
The young man's name is Dwayne Bell. If you're on Facebook, and y'all may be friends already, but that he's the one that does these. Dwayne Bell.
Awesome, man. Born in North Carolina, then you moved to New York, right? What made your family move to North Carolina and Spring Valley of all places, right?
Well, my grandmother and my great grandparents are from North Carolina.
Okay.
So my family originated here, but and like my grandmother and them I would say in the '60s, maybe mid '60s, early '70s,
Right.
they moved up to New York because they got those state jobs up there at Rockland Psych. So most of my aunts worked and retired from the state of Rockland State Hospital, Rockland Psychiatric Hospital. So yeah, that's how we wound up in Rockland County, bro. And then my mom moved when she finished high school. Well, she didn't finish high school here. She moved to New York before she graduated. So she graduated from Ramapo.
Okay.
And from there on, got a job and started working.
That was it. So Slim, Bethune, Rosev, Haverstraw, that experience, man. What do you make of that experience? Cats you hung out with back in the day. What was that like, man, with those guys?
Growing up back then, man, it was way different than now, obviously. Spring Valley was a dangerous place, kind of. It was stuff going on back then, but it was a beautiful place at the same time. I grew up on the hill, Slint Avenue, when there was a lot of drugs going on, a lot of couple shoot, a little violence. Where there's drugs, there's always going to be violence. But I came up on the hill in the early '80s, mid '80s, so
Right.
that was the crack era. So I remember coming out, going to school in the morning, seeing crack valves, on the sidewalk, red tops, yellow tops. That's what I grew up seeing. The hustlers slinging crack, selling drugs. That's what I grew up seeing on the hill.
Right.
But it was also a sense we also had a community there as well. Everyone looked out for one another. That's the type of environment that was in that area. Although there was crime and other stuff going on, but we still had a tight knit community. Everyone looked out for one another.
Yeah.
From Slynn to Ewing, Fred Hag. That's just how it was. Now it's a totally different time. Yeah, but growing up on the hill, like just the free lunches behind the buildings. We had a basketball court right behind Slint Avenue, so right between Slint and Hill and 244.
Right.
So we used to play ball there. Memorial Park, Sean Coleman. Those were the days, man.
Yeah.
So summers were spent playing basketball in the park and practicing football for Pop Warner up until we got to junior high. But that was the move, man. Summertime basketball until it was time for us to prepare for football season.
Right.
And that's what it was, man. House parties, fist fights.
What about you? Ever feared for your life up there? You ever got arrested up there? Any trouble you ever got into?
Nah, I never got. I mean, as far as getting arrested, anything like that, no.
Nah.
But
Okay.
a couple of the cops on the force knew my grandfather and some people in my family. So when they would see me
They look
around,
out.
and,
They look
like
out
out
for
on
you.
the block, like what are you doing here? You ain't supposed to be out here. I've definitely caught a couple breaks. I would say that. Getting caught with weed, and
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
caught with Hennessy when I was like 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
poured the liquor out. He could have took me to jail, bro, but he didn't. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Those
Right.
are
Right.
those are the experiences I grew up with in Spring Valley.
Yeah. What are some of the places you didn't go to? We talked about that, right? Places you just never, just kind of like never bothered to like check out or go and see.
I mean, I didn't venture to like Haverstraw and Nyack and Suffering. I didn't really. I mean, I played those dudes in basketball because I played PAL. I played RBA. So I played in the basketball leagues. I knew people, but as far as me traveling outside of my little demographic, I
Yeah.
didn't really. It was really up top, 244, Fred Heck, and like I said, Prospect, and that was really my demographic right there. I didn't really
Venture
venture
out.
off too far, but I knew VOD cats. I knew cats from behind the flea market. I knew people all around Spring Valley, like I told you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? From playing sports, and my mom coached at Sean Coleman and during the summer leagues and stuff like that. So I knew a lot of cats. But as far as like me hanging out several places, nah, I didn't do that.
You didn't do that. Kids
Mm-mm.
these days living up there now, what kind of advice would you give to them? The do's and don'ts. What would you tell them? Just this generation right now.
The generation coming up now, man, there's so many distractions though, bro. It's a lot more going on than when we grew up. So, to the younger generation, I would just say now, man, like just stay focused and have a latch on to something that you're good at and put your all into that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you have something you're good at, like that's your niche right there. You know what I'm saying? Like tap into that and how to grow and make that craft better. Grow your craft. Like if I'd have took food seriously, like when I was coming up in high school, like after high school, I would be further in my career than what I am now at 44 years old. You know what I'm saying? It took a while to get here, but I'm here. But I could have got a lot further earlier on in my life had I done the right things and put my all into my craft when I was younger.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say to any of the young people, tap into something that you love and put your time, your effort, your energy into it to perfect what you love to do, and it'll pay off. The hard work will pay off. It may not seem like it, because it's a lot of nights, bro.
Yeah.
I wanted to give this cooking shit up. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a lot of nights, but my time, my effort, all the time and energy I done put into this, and plus I have children now, so like I can't give up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep pushing,
Yeah.
regardless of the situation. So, to any of the young ones, that's what I would say. Like tap into whatever you like to do or you're good at. Like tap into that. Put your time, your effort, your energy into that. Not into the streets or to the little homies that ain't no good for you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's a lot of peer pressure and other things that these young ones have to deal with that we didn't have to deal with.
Correct.
With the bullying, like I still don't get that.
Yeah.
Like
It's crazy.
I never, it went on when we were in school, but not like that,
Not
bro.
like that to this degree. Right. Right.
Not
Right.
to this degree it is
Yeah.
now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so, like to piggyback on your question, that's what I would, you know, promote to any of the young folks. You know what I'm saying? If you have something you good at and that you like to do that you can earn money off of,
Right.
put your time, your efforts, your energy into that and build your craft and take it to the next level.
Yeah. Summit Park, right? 4th to 6th grade. You left, right? Then you came back. Pomona, then Ramapo. Your experience at these schools, any favorite teachers? How were you in class? Were you introvert, extrovert? How were you back in class in those days?
I was uh, I would say an extrovert. I was always cracking jokes, and
Really? Okay.
I wasn't quiet in school. I got
Right.
in trouble
Okay.
from being insubordinate, not listening. I'll give you a funny story real quick.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Me and
How'd you get in trouble,
John
man?
John,
Let me hear this story.
me and you
I
remember
remember John. I
John
remember him. Yeah.
McCallum?
I remember him. Yep.
All right, second grade, Summit Park. Me and John, we were in Miss Schiff's class. I'll never forget this. We thought we were like the best break dancers in the class. You know what I'm saying? The best dancers. So
right.
we call ourselves break dancing in the middle of class. Trying to spill on our heads, all that stuff we seen from breaking and all of that stuff
Right.
when we were growing up. So it got so bad to like every day we would come in and try to battle each other dancing to like it caused a distraction to Miss Schiff had to put us in separate classes.
Wow.
We got split up in separate classes. And I remember that second grade and Summit Park. I remember that's how I met Monty.
Okay, Summit Park. Okay.
No. Monty was going to Grandview at the time, I think.
Okay.
But you remember back in the days in school, they used to make us have pen pals?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Monty was my pen pal.
Wow. Back then.
So when we met up, we went to their school to go meet them, and that's how me and him met.
Wow.
That's crazy. Bro. So that was my experience at Summit Park. And then my mom sent me down to North Carolina in 4th grade. I moved down to Pittsburgh. That's where my family's from here in North Carolina. I went to a school called Horton Middle there, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Very different experience from New York.
For sure.
But, I came down here. I got in the rec leagues in basketball, and I was killing them down here. So I kind of had it set up going into 7th grade, to be on the squad for the school and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then my mom had other plans
and back to New York.
Back to New York.
Were you happy with that decision? Were you happy with that decision?
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Because my little sister was born. Her and my stepfather got married.
Okay.
And my little sister was born. Shout out to my sister, Jamisha. So my mom was like, I want you back here. We're going to be a family, and I was like, no. She was like, well, you're coming back. I don't care how you feel. You're coming back. So she moved me back to New York. That's when I started 7th grade. And, I went to go out for the team in 7th grade, and it's Pat and Perry and John and all these niggas, man. So I was like, I'm not playing. I'm not making this squad.
Because that Pop Warner, right? There were some crazy names like you just named, right? I mean, then you broke your arm, compound fracture, and then you came back. You weren't really the same, right? Tell us about that.
I broke my arm 9th grade. My cousin and a couple of my friends were trying to get me to come out for the team at Pomona.
Yeah.
But that team was loaded, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was loaded. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna get no burn. So I took my ass down to the park where I knew I was gonna play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just so happens that I went back to play 9th grade, I broke my arm. I had a compound fracture. So I missed that year. That was the year I missed. I came back 10th grade and played at Ramapo. I played JV.
JV, not varsity, was loaded. That roster was stacked. So then you tried out twice.
Yeah, the year I played JV, that was the year John and all them was on varsity. John, Pat, Perry, Jerome, Chucho, like they had a squad.
Rocco,
bro.
they had a squad.
Yeah, Rocco, they had a squad, bro.
Yeah, this was ridiculous. All stars.
Yeah, and then I played basketball. I mean, I played football, JV.
Right.
And then I went out for the squad for varsity, and I did make it.
Elliot beat you out at that spot. Like, are you still mad with
Yeah,
that
man.
about that? You
Yeah.
guys still talk
Elliot
about that
beat
to
me
this day?
out for that spot. Elliot beat me out for that spot on the
Any
spot.
hard feelings or not? Any hard feelings or not? You're okay now. You still?
I mean, we grown now. I'm over it now, bro. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying? But
yeah.
back then, yeah, I want. If we weren't, we had mutual friends. So he was cool with Tehran and Chris Fields and all of them. So we had mutual friends. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was a little pissed off behind that, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. But that was a long time ago, bro.
Yeah, bygones be bygones, right? It is what it is.
Yeah, man, it was a
It's-
long time ago, man. But those were
yeah,
good days, bro. Growing
yeah,
up, Pomona, Ramapo.
right,
If you asked me what one of my favorite teachers who were one of
right.
what were one of my who was one of my favorite
Favorite
teachers, I
teachers,
would
right?
say
It could be
I
either
would
or.
say at Pomona, man, Mr. Lucas,
Oh, Mr. Lucas, yeah, cool dude, math teacher, right? Very cool dude.
math teacher,
He was
math
tall, right?
teacher.
Tall, like 6'3",
Tall,
6'4".
had the
Yeah,
had the ponytail.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Wore the
yeah,
cowboy boots.
yeah, yeah.
Like when I first started his class in ninth grade, bro, I thought he was the meanest dude ever. Well, prior
Yeah,
to me being in his class, ninth grade, you understand what I'm saying? Like walking the
hmm,
halls, I used to think he was the meanest dude ever, bro.
yeah,
But when I got him as a teacher in ninth grade, he helped me make math so much easier for me, and how he taught it to me and broke it down in class. So by him doing that, we built the rapport. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And we became. I'm not gonna say friends because he was my teacher, but
right.
you know, he
Cool.
we became cool. And then come to find out, he taught my mother in junior high as well.
Wow, that's crazy. So,
So
man,
once we found that out, we really became cool.
right. It
You know
was
what I'm
game over
saying?
from
So
there. Yeah, it was game over.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say throughout school, bro, I would have to say Pomona, Mr. Lucas, and I would say, God rest her soul. She wasn't a teacher. She was a guidance counselor. God rest her soul, Miss Delaville.
Yeah, Miss Veal. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Um, those would be my two favorite people I would say coming through school, bro.
Yeah.
Mr. Lucas and Miss Ville. Because
Yeah.
Miss Ville helped me graduate because I wasn't gonna make it out of Ramapo, bro.
So she like look out for you and just pushed you to do this thing
Yeah,
and
like
get
I
it
didn't.
done.
Okay, so what a lot of people may not know is I didn't fully go to Ramapo. I was in the Quest program.
Okay.
So I went to BOCES in the mornings, left and went to BOCES. After BOCES, I left and went to the Quest program over on South Madison at
Okay.
the administration building. I did that my sophomore and my junior year. And then I left my senior year and came back to the high school. Okay?
Okay.
So the program director at Quest, I failed global studies ninth grade, Kenford. Mr.
Wow.
Farber. Mr. Farber, he failed me ninth grade global studies, bro. So I didn't
Man,
have that credit. And you need 4
you
years of
need full
global
credit.
studies to graduate. All
Right.
right. So here it is, senior year. When I went to Quest, my program director had made it so I got that credit.
Okay.
When I left the program, he took the credit from me.
Wow.
So when I got back to Ramapo, Miss Ville's like, listen, you got to go to night school second semester or you're not going to graduate. And I'm like, what? Night school for what? She's like, for ninth grade global studies. You failed ninth grade. I'm like, nah, but I got that credit. She was like, you had that credit, but Mr. Greenbush took the credit away from you.
Man.
So my 12th grade senior year, I had to go to night school Tuesdays and Thursdays at RCC and do global studies to be able to graduate, to get my credit to be able to graduate. Yeah. So
98.
and
Wow.
Miss Ville pushed me those last couple months of school. She stayed on me, making sure I was going, because after you get out of school, bro, it was time to go hang out. I
Yeah, hang out with the
didn't want
homies.
to go to no night school.
Right, right. Hell
You know what
no.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
she stayed on me, bro. God rest her soul, Miss Ville. She stayed on me and made sure I handled my responsibilities that second semester, senior year, and that I got my diploma.
Wow.
Because, well, let me see, graduation was on a Sunday, so I had to wait for my grades to come from RCC.
Wow. Transfer over back to Ramapo.
to
Wow.
Ramapo. So
Ramapo, yeah.
I didn't find out I was graduating until that Friday before graduation.
2 days before, prior. Man.
Yeah. I didn't
Wow.
even get called, bro. I didn't even get called in the L's. I got called at the end after everybody in alphabetical order had got called.
Did you get a cap and gown at least?
Yeah, I got a cap and gown. I was
Okay,
at
you got a cap and gown.
graduation. I was
Okay.
there,
Okay.
but I had to because I didn't get my grades until that Friday. I was a late addition, so I had to
Yeah.
sit at the end.
Sit at the end. Yeah.
It
Wow.
sucked, but I was there. You know what I'm saying? I got my diploma. I was there with my class, and it was a good day. So it was hot as
Wow.
hell that day, but it was a good
Yeah.
day.
Those summer days are hot, man. It's always on a Sunday, hot, bright sun. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, man.
Um, Thoughts on that basketball team 97 squad? Did you like go to those games? Those games were crazy back in the day when the
Yeah, I
year I
went to those
graduated.
games. I was at those games.
Seeing JT and all those guys and Columbus
That
and all those
that was
guys.
they. It sucks they fell one game short. You know what I'm saying? But they had a hell of a run. I don't think no other team at Ramapo has went
Went
that far
back.
since then.
Yeah, living in the moment, man. Those guys were so special, man. Like it was just a crazy, crazy time and crazy atmosphere back then. Like man, oh man, special, special times.
Can you believe now that they combined the teams?
Really? So
Yeah.
JV and varsity combined? Is this one team now?
No, Ramapo and Spring Valley.
Whoa! Since when? When was this?
The football team, because
The
they
funding.
don't have the budget and the turnout. So now I think it's the East Ramapo Titans or something like that.
Man, oh man,
Their
times have
colors are
changed.
their colors are green, gold, green, orange, and white. I think,
Wow. So
if I'm
Spring
not
Valley and
mistaken.
Rampo together, they're all combined now. Wow.
The football program.
The football program, okay. Just to help,
Yeah, because Coach Drew, and Coach Kev, they coach together now.
Wow. There were
But
some,
that just shows you how much times have changed, bro. These kids are
yeah,
not interested in playing sports and stuff like that, like
anymore.
we were.
Like we were our time when we came up. There were some great nicknames back then. Did you have a nickname back then? Anything that stood out to you? I see like a Tony
Uh,
Chiba. Who named you that? Where'd that come from?
that's my boy Merce, man. Shout out to my boy Merce Lago. That's my best friend,
Okay.
my brother Merce.
Okay.
You know, we adults now, so we can speak. You know, as grown men. I used to indulge a little bit when I was a teenager. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So that's kind of where that name came from. You know, Miss Ville used to get on me in high school because I
Mrs.
used to
Beal.
come. Yeah, I used to come in the first period, bro. Because you
Yeah.
know we had the you remember the railroad ties across the street?
Yeah.
That's where everybody used to go and smoke. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we'd get there, go in the morning, and smoke, and then go in the homeroom. And I used to go in the home stinking up the whole class, bro.
Man, oh man.
But
So you
nah, that nickname came from my boy Merce, man. So and
okay.
it kind of came from kind of a spinoff from old boy from Camp Low, Sonny
Okay.
Chiba.
Sonny Chiba. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
Tony Chiba, Sonny
So
Chiba.
yeah,
Okay. Cool, man.
that's how that came along. But growing up, mostly everybody called me Tone.
Tone.
Yeah.
Talk to us about running track. How that came about. How fast were you back then? What kind of events you ran back then?
Mm. I ain't gonna say I was fast, bro. You
Okay.
know, I was just athletic. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Like I ran
Well, the
track, I
football
played
thing and the
football, I
yeah,
played
yeah.
baseball growing up. You know, my uncle Glenn used to take me to play tennis when I was younger. You know, so I was athletic. I was always athletic. So my cousin Dre was the one who talked me into running track.
Andre
I
Epps?
wasn't. Yeah, Andre Epps.
Wow.
I wasn't interested in running track. You know what I'm saying? But he was the one who taught me into it. So I ran the 100, the 200. I did the long jump, and I did 4x1.
Wow. How fast can you run these days? How fast can you run now?
Be lucky to give you. I give you probably like a 6 flat. I
Oh
can't.
man.
I'm not. Listen, bro. It's been years since I had like a race. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
I might pull a hamstring. I try to get out there and run a 40 right now, bro.
I ran back in like 95, 96. I had Coach McCormick, Kim Newsom. Those are like special
Mm-hmm.
peoples, man. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Any teammates you had you remember? Any really cool track teammates you remember from back then? You still keep in contact with or know about?
From back then?
Yeah. It's been a minute.
I would say the only one I've kind of talked to recently was Sergio.
Okay,
You remember
Sergio. Yeah, I remember
Sergio
Serge.
Silva?
Sergio was quick, man.
I'm
Sergio was
gonna
fast.
give you a crazy story real quick, man.
Right.
This is how crazy life is. You remember I told you I did the Pokemon Fest in
Yeah.
2019 in
Right.
Chicago.
Right.
Okay. I get out there and we're talking. My man that booked me for the trip, my boy Ricardo, his last name is Silva.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking. I'm like, yeah, man, I went to high school with a kid last name Silva. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His name's Sergio. He's like, yeah, that's my brother. I'm like,
Wow.
what? I'm like, yeah, right. He was like, Sergio, they called him Serge. He
Yeah.
ran track around. I'm like, yeah. He's
Small
like,
world.
yeah, that's my brother. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
He was
Small
like,
world.
so he called him. We talked on the phone or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would say that's the only person I really spoke to really from running track
Back
would
then.
be Serge.
Right.
Yeah. That I could think of.
Right.
And Keisha Salmon.
Keisha Salmon. Shout out to Keisha Salmon for
Yeah.
sure.
Me and Keisha tap in from time to time. She
Okay.
checks up on me as, lets me know she watching, see what I'm doing, But I've known Keisha since first grade,
Long
Summit
time.
Park.
Summit Park.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I've known Keisha since the first grade, bro.
Crazy.
We've literally watched each other grow up.
Yeah, the whole time. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Yeah, but some good old days with track, man. Track was cool, man. Track was cool. I mean,
I only ran 1 year, bro. I ran
1
my
year.
10th grade year.
10th
I only
grade, that
ran
was
1
it.
year.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I ran
the
10th
football
grade,
and the
yeah.
basketball team got all the love, and the baseball maybe, but track we just was out there.
But
That was
like
cool.
11th and 12th grade, bro, I really just started working more. So that's really why I started making money. So
Right.
that's why I really gave up the sports,
Right.
because I was working.
Right. Gotta provide.
Yeah. But
Shed some light on mental health. Passing your great friend Dion Bridges. How'd you guys meet? What would you tell him if he was alive today?
I met Dion 7th grade. He was actually one of the first dudes like outside of my neighborhood that I met when I got to Pomona. I knew everybody from the hill that I went to Pomona with, but
Yeah.
he was like the first cat outside of my neighborhood that I got cool with at Pomona. And like we were cool throughout the years at Pomona and Ramapo, with him on the basketball squad and all of that.
Yeah.
And like I said, we had mutual friends. And
Sure.
that I would say like 2016. Yeah, summer of 2016, Dion reached out to me, man, and he was like, I got an opportunity. I may have an opportunity for you. When he saw what I was doing with the food at the time, I was catering, doing different events, so forth and so on. He had a situation out in Westchester, him and his partner, Tori Thomas. Shout out to my brother, Tori Thomas. They had a restaurant out in Westchester on Mamaroneck Avenue, but they didn't have no one to run the kitchen.
That's where you came in.
So yeah, that's when Dion reached out to me. So me, Dre, and my one of my homeboys, my boy Christopher Small. Shout out to my boy Chris, Pro Dillinger. We ran over and started running the kitchen. It went good for like I would say 3-4 months, and then it got a little tricky with the money. The food was making more money than the alcohol, and
Yeah.
everything just went. It got out of whack, bro. And so we wound up walking away from it.
Right.
Myself, my cousin, my boy Chris, and then probably I would say that was 2016, and then Dion passed 2019.
2019.
So
Wow.
yeah, After the restaurant ended, man, after we left, Dion left as well. And then a couple of years, like probably like I don't even know if it was a year, bro. No, it was 2019 because we had our class reunion 2018, and he was at the class reunion.
Wow.
So yes, it was 2019 when he.
The next year after.
No, I'm mistaken. I'm sorry. It was 2018. He passed
2018.
December 2018.
Okay.
Yes. So probably like a year and a half after we parted ways with the restaurant, like I don't know the full gist of what happened, bro. I just know his mental health started to decline.
Okay.
And from the couple instances that I talked to him, it was just a situation to where he had stopped taking his medication because he didn't like how it was making him feel and he was tired of taking it. And from there, things kind of spiraled from there, bro. And it ultimately led to him, committing suicide and taking his life.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say if he was still here today, I would say I would tell him thank you, because when we parted ways at Pick and Roll, I'll never forget these words he said to me. He was just like, bro, he was like, I love you, Tone. He was like, just keep going, bro. He was like, this is just the beginning for you. He was like, this is just a pit stop on where you about to go, where the Lord's, well, he didn't say the Lord because he was Muslim. He was like, this is just a pit stop for where Allah is getting ready to take you. And like shortly after that, like we opened a restaurant, and then I got the Pokemon gig in Chicago, and just things just started to take off from there. So, if my boy was still here, that would be the one thing I would tell him. Thank you for encouraging me. You know what I'm saying?
Keep going.
And to keep going. And it's like, I have days, bro, I could still hear him. You know what I'm saying? It'd be days, because me and Dion built a good relationship in that little time we were together at Pick and Roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I spoke to him a couple of days before he passed.
Crazy.
So
yeah.
But yeah, that I ain't trying to get emotional, man, but that's what I would say to my boy, man. I love you and thank you for encouraging me to keep going.
Well said. And you wanted to do something cool for him too, right? To remember him by, but it was shot down by the school, right? Because it was a suicide cause of death.
Yeah, man.
Tell us about that situation.
Myself, Dion's wife. Well, it was my idea. I originally came up with the idea. I wanted to get a scholarship, try to get a scholarship established in honor of him, because he was alumni around Poe. He played basketball. And I figured we could get that going. So I talked to his brother first, his brother Taj, and he directed me to talk to his wife, Tahira. So I reached out to her and let her know what I was trying to do, and she was on board for it. So I reached out to Ms. Woods with the idea, because Ms. Woods, she's affiliated with the school and the
Guidance
school board
counselor.
and so forth and so on. Yeah. And she was also Dion's guidance counselor. So I went to her with the idea, and she presented it to Miss West, and I don't know who else was the principal at Rampart at the time, but this was like not too far. This was 2019, like a year after he passed.
Okay.
And we took it to the principal. The principal, she was with it. She agreed with it, and she went to present it to the school board. When it got presented to the school board, because he committed suicide, they didn't want to have anything to do with it. And that pretty much was the end of that. So but yeah, I tried to do something something nice for my boy, and honor his memory, and let him, just something nice for him to be honored, man.
Right.
I'm gonna try to get with some of my classmates. We got our 30th coming up soon, and maybe we could do something to honor him and my brother Solomon. I got a couple people in my class that perished in from suicide.
Yeah.
But mental health is real, bro. So, you know, being that we're on this topic, I say to anyone that's watching this live, you know, check up on your peoples, whether it be a phone call, a text message, an email, go by their house, whatever the case may be, man, because you never know, that interaction just might save their life.
Yeah. Seriously. Seriously.
Because you never know what no one's dealing with or going through. We all handle pressure, stress, different ways. So,
For
you
sure.
know, that's what I took from, you know, Dion's passing. Then I had a cousin of mine, Conrad. A year later, he committed suicide as well. So, you know, I've been around it and have experienced it, bro.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say I took from those, you know, what I've dealt with and gone through and dealing with mental health and people committing suicide and depression, and, you know, just check up on people, man. And people check up on me too.
Yeah. Yeah. You never
You
know.
know
We
what
all
I'm
got something
saying?
going on. We all got something going on, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you never, you know, life happens to all of us, bro,
Yeah.
on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, people handle stress and deal with issues in various different ways.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
that would be my main thing I would say to, you know, to the topic of mental health, you know. And
Yeah.
if you're not feeling right or you feel like you can't deal with what you're going through, like go talk to somebody, go see somebody.
Yeah.
Like don't hold it in and don't think it's okay to not talk to somebody. It ain't gonna make you weak or ain't nobody gonna look at you as a punk. And like I think that's the biggest stipulation in our community, man.
Getting over that hurdle. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like you know, perception of how you're gonna be looked if you go and get, you know, if you go and talk to a therapist or you go see a shrink or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you dealing with something and something's not right and you can't cope with it to the point where you feel like you're trying to do something like harming yourself, like go talk to somebody, man.
Yeah. 100%.
And if you can't do that, pray.
Yeah. Well
I
said.
don't know, you know, I ain't trying to get religious, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you know, I do think prayer helps and is a tool for people to be able to deal with what they're going through.
Well said, man. Well said. Pick up that phone, call or text somebody
Yeah, man.
out there. We're all going through it. We're all going through it.
Yeah,
100%.
like I said, life happens to all of us, bro.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
But it's more imperative moving forward now with what you're seeing going on.
In the
Like
world. Yeah.
suicide is becoming more and more and more common.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like an everyday thing now.
Yeah. It's crazy. You look at the
Yeah,
numbers.
bro.
Staggering. Staggering.
Like that wasn't really going on when we were growing up like that.
No, not like that. Now it's a whole new different thing. Even younger kids too. Not even just old folks and grown
Yeah,
folks.
you
Kids.
got teenagers and kids doing it too, bro. So
Yeah.
it's all across the board,
Yeah.
you know.
For
To the
sure.
youth as well, man. If any, you know, younger folks are watching this on this live, man, if you feel like you're dealing with something and you know you can't deal with it or you having trouble with it, like go talk to somebody, man.
Yeah. 100%. Looking back, any high school memories? You still keep in contact with anybody from high school?
I,
To
I
me,
still keep in
I
I
mean,
still keep in contact with a few people from high school, bro.
okay,
To be honest with you,
right,
matter of fact, I was just talking to my brother Ron Brown the other day.
okay,
Me and Ron keep in contact with one another. Uh, my boy Ramel, shout out to my boy Ramel Thomas. Um, it was crazy. You said it of any funny like stories and stuff from
yeah,
school.
yeah,
Real quick,
yeah,
our sophomore year, we was playing JV, and we had just got our asses whooped by Suffering, bro. We had went
yeah.
to Suffering and lost.
Wow,
So
away game. Okay,
yeah, it was a away game Friday night.
wow,
We just got our asses handed to us by Suffering, bro. And we get back on the bus, Kenford,
yeah,
and Coach Marcus, our coach name was Coach Marcus. I'll never forget it. He's laying in us, bro. Like he's letting us have it.
yeah,
And after he finished, he's like, "Nah, I don't want to hear." He's like, "I want to hear effing word on the ride back. Don't nobody say nothing. I don't want to hear shit."
Yeah.
And out of the blue, Ramel goes, "But yo, coach, we can't get no radio buttons though, coach. What's up with the radio buttons though, coach?" Everybody starts dying laughing on the bus, bro.
Oh
Coach
man.
Marcus was so red in the face,
Yeah.
bro, by us laughing, and we was laughing hysterically, bro. But that was just a funny ass moment from high school when we played JV football, bro. But like, I keep in contact with, like I said, my brother Ramel, my brother Ron Brown, um, Anthony Fitzgerald. Him and I talk from time to time. I'm trying to think. Lenny, me and Lenny talk from time to
Lenny.
time.
Okay. Shout out to Lenny.
Sean Lawson, Chris Fields, Garrel Joseph.
Wow, I haven't seen these guys in years, man. Man.
Uh, I haven't spoken to Garrel though in a minute though, man. Me and Garrel ain't we haven't spoken like that since I left New York, but we used
Okay.
to keep in contact like that. But yeah, people still, they still tap in, reach out, check on, see how I'm doing. That's one thing I can say. I do have a, I'm not gonna say a circle of friends, but I got friends I grew up with.
Right.
We still keep in contact with one another. We're not every day, but when we do speak, it's like we never missed a beat.
Right. Exactly.
You know. So yeah, I
Exactly.
still keep in I still keep in contact with cats from high school, man. Absolutely.
What made the second best class, that is 1998, so special? To me, the class of
Wait,
90,
what you just say?
I said, what made the second best class of 1998
I can't
so
answer that
special?
question because
Because
y'all not the
97,
second best.
97 was so epic. I'm biased, man. So
I feel you, but 98 is we the best. We the best to ever do it, baby. Shout out to my class of '98.
I knew I was gonna get you fired up with that one. Second best. You
Yeah,
saw
we
what I
the
did
best,
there?
baby. Like DJ
Second
Khaled
best.
say. Nah, I can't. I can't contest to that. I can't contest to that. Y'all was all right. Y'all was all right. Like
We
y'all came through and walked through like we're from Quan,
we laid the
and we
groundwork
came.
for you guys, man. We put
We
everything
came in
together.
like Biggie. We came in like Biggie and kicked the door in.
Oh
But nah,
man.
those was good days, bro. At Ramapo, man.
Yeah, yeah. Those are good
From
days.
from the pep rallies to the house parties, school dances, the
Yeah,
proms, all of that
yeah,
stuff, man. Like
yeah.
a lot of these kids, the times now it's not the same, bro.
No, it's not the same.
It's
Nah.
different. They sharing the same experiences,
Right.
prom and so forth and so on, but in some ways, they got fancier cars and stuff than we had.
A lot more noise
Going
now.
to prom,
Yeah,
it's a lot more
yeah,
stuff going on for
yeah.
them as opposed to what we
We
had.
had going through. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying. But I
Exactly.
wouldn't trade my time at. I went from Rampo 95 to 98.
Yeah,
Those are some of the best years of my life, bro.
yeah.
You
Same
know what I'm
here.
saying? I
Same here.
wouldn't trade those times back for the world, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
you know
Good old
that was a
days.
different type of world to compared to what we live in now, man.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah, man.
So then Big Daddies came about, right? After you guys parted ways, right? Soul
Yeah,
Food
yeah.
finally came to Rockland. What was this like? There wasn't any soul food places in Rockland, right? Because this kind of Big Daddies kind of hit
Not
Rockland
like
by storm,
I
right?
mean, it was a. You had a couple. You had Exclusive Kitchen in Spring Valley. Shout out to my boy Max. I don't know if Max still runs Exclusive Kitchen, but
Okay.
that's right there on Main Street. I'm trying to think. There wasn't really no one serving like soul food in the town, bro.
Right.
Cause that's what led me to start like selling plates. That's how everything got started, bro. I started
Right.
me and my cousin Dre started selling plates on the weekends. We called it Soul Food Saturdays. And like I said, that's what led me to linking up with Dion. And after that fell through, um, my stepfather and myself, shout out to my stepfather, James Parker. We sat down because when I came back from doing the venture in Westchester, I'm like, listen, man, I got cats driving all the way from Rockland over to Westchester because there's no soul food in Rockland. You know what I'm saying? So we sat down January 2017, Kenford, and put a menu together
Yeah.
and started searching for properties and so forth and so on. And June 2017, we was open. 6 month
Wow.
turnaround, bro.
Ready to go.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
stepfather, me, my stepfather, my sister Jamisha, my brother Jarrell, and my boy Christopher Small. We started together, bro, and
Wow.
now we are about to celebrate 8 years of business. We
Wow.
opened June 2017, and we're going into our 8th year in business.
That's crazy. So the family still got that thing going, the Strawtown route, right?
Yes,
Back to
sir.
Strawtown.
Anybody, if you're in Rockland, stop by Big Daddy's Home Plate Barbecue, Haverstraw, New York, 167 Route 9W.
Yeah.
Best
So
barbecue in Rockland, hands down.
no questions asked.
No questions asked.
So you spend so much time, right, putting others ahead of yourself, right? But now you're maintaining a legacy for yourself, right? How important is that for you now?
It's very important, man, because like I told you, I have young kids. Well, not my oldest three aren't. They're not young anymore, but they're teenagers. But I got younger ones behind me that are watching and looking at everything I do.
Like a
So
sponge.
yeah, so I just try to lead by example through my work ethic and what I do on a daily basis. They see what I do. So actions speak louder than any words ever can. You know what I'm saying? So that, and it's not even, I'm not even gonna say legacy because they're my legacy, bro. So I'm just trying to put myself in position, Kemper. So when I close my eyes, my kids, they don't have to, like worry about burying me or expenses and
Struggle.
stuff that we need to get in order in as black men in our communities. You know what I'm saying? As far as having health insurance, life insurance,
Yeah.
burial expenses covered, like every time one of our young brothers die, we always got to get a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
True.
saying? Like
Fact.
I started me at IUL last year. Like had I known about that 15, 20 years ago, man, I
Yeah.
had no one talking to me about that stuff.
Right. Get to do the
You
research
know,
yourself. Yeah.
my parents just told me about working and saving money. That was it.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about investing and life insurance, and I didn't know anything about that stuff, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I got introduced to this IUL like a year ago. I'm like, well, damn. So this is how they doing it.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Jump
I
on.
wish I'd have had this information years ago. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I got it
Hmm.
now, and all I try to do is share it with others like myself. You know what I'm saying? Other young brothers that yo, you got life insurance, bro.
Yeah.
Like, boom, I could put you in touch with my peoples. Like you ever heard of IUL? I mean, most folks, IUL, what's that? I
Yeah.
ain't never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just
Yeah.
lack of information.
That's it. It's out there, but you just got to put your
It's
hands on
out
it.
there,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
but it's important now. Now it has to be a situation in our community of each one teach one, man. Like I said, now I found out about an IUL, so any chance I get, I try to put one of my other peoples onto it.
Pass it
Now,
on.
what they
Yeah.
choose to do with the information, that's on
That's up to
them.
them. Yeah.
But I am sharing it and trying to pass it along.
Which
You
is
know what I'm
awesome.
saying?
Very
Because
good.
this is how the rich stays rich, people.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. It's good
You
that you're doing
know,
that. It's good that you're doing that, not keeping the information to yourself. It's good that you're doing that.
why?
Yeah.
What is that gonna do for me?
Nothing at all. Yeah.
Nothing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like we grew up like my mom always talked to me about term life insurance or whole life insurance. Those are the only two terms of life insurance I ever knew growing up. So when
Yeah.
I started seeing things and stuff come across my timeline. Are you well? Are you well?
Yeah.
What type of life insurance is this? So I looked it up one day.
There you go.
Oh, it was like a light went off, bro.
In your head. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding.
Yeah.
Signed up immediately.
The rest is
You know what
history.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's so I put myself in position when I close my eyes, my kids, they got something for themselves, bro.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
Even if I
beautiful
wasn't
thing.
able to give them much while I'm here on earth, when I close my eyes, they're going to get a check
Yeah.
from dad
Yeah.
to do whatever they choose to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful
That's
thing.
my legacy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Chicago Pokemon Fest. Tell us about that. That experience feeding what 300 people. Just bring your knives, right? And opening. That was
Bro,
it. How
that
crazy was that
was
experience?
that was a crazy experience, bro. But it was crazy. But at the same time, bro,
Yeah.
after I went out there and did that, Kenford,
Hmm.
like I knew I was good at what I did.
That was the stepping
You know,
ground. That was your test. That was your big moment right there, right?
that was the moment for me.
Your confidence
Like
grew, right? It was 21 days, right? Feeding all
I
those
was out
people.
there for 3 weeks. I had to feed the staff and the crew that worked the Pokemon Fest. So it was
Yeah.
roughly about 350 staff. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So
You had an
how it
eight-man
was,
staff. How many? You had eight on the
it
staff,
was
right?
I want to say it was either 8 of us or 10 of us. I'm not sure,
Wow. For
but I
21
took three
days.
people with me from New York, and then the rest of my staff came from the crew that they hired out there already for me in Chicago. So the event was in Grant Park. Anybody that's familiar with Chicago, Grant Park is the biggest park in Chicago, right off the lake. Um, like I said, we had to feed the staff. So you got a north end of the park and a south end of the park.
Yeah.
So the staff was split up between two ends of the park. I had to, run the menu down to everybody, and we did breakfast, lunch, and dinner off of the menu the company provided. Like I
Right.
said, I had never done anything of that level and of that variety as far as the different types of food I had to make, because it was the stuff I had never made before in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was a good experience, bro. Like I said, when I was able to go out there and do that, it showed me I could manage a team. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's when I knew I was good at this cooking thing, man.
Yeah.
Because everybody can't feed the masses, bro. And
Yeah.
a lot of people think because they cook for their homies and their friends and their family that that automatically mean that doesn't discredit anybody for what they do, and their craft. But there's a difference in cooking for family and friends and cooking for groups and parties and festivals, and it's a difference, bro.
Yeah. Big.
You know what I'm
300.
saying? You've been in the industry. You know it. You can relate to what I'm talking about, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So like
100%.
I said, that would
100%.
be the biggest thing I could speak on from the Pokemon Fest.
Hmm.
Like going out there and doing that for that amount of people.
Yeah.
Those 3 weeks, I had to go
Crazy.
shopping on my own. I had to get all the food. I had to prep. Like everything was all me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
the leader of the team, so everything fell on me. And we went out there and we executed, bro. And it was a beautiful thing. We made some good money. We made some good money. It was a good experience. I got to network and meet people from all across the country. Some who I'm still in contact with today. And yeah, man,
Yeah.
that that was
That was big.
that's what kind of propelled me into
This cooking thing.
doing
Yeah.
my. I mean, I was already cooking, but that's what
Yeah.
kind of propelled me to start doing my thing on my own, bro.
If you can do that, right, you can do anything, right? 300 people, 21 days, a staff of 8 or 9 people. And then there was the Harry Potter Festival too, craft catering, right? These
Yeah, we did
opportunities.
the Harry Potter Festival was in Indianapolis, but unfortunately, that got shut down because of COVID.
Oh, that's when COVID hit.
Yeah,
How bad was COVID for you, right? Did that affect you in any way, mentally, physically, your
bro, I
businesses? What was
I
COVID
lost
like?
money. I lost money. I had events canceled. I caught COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot, bro. I would say that summer COVID hit. I probably with catering, I probably lost out on a good 20 racks.
Jeez. Did I
'Cause
say you?
I was supposed to do the Harry Potter festival, and then that following spring, I was supposed to go to the Florida Keys and do the owner of the company that booked me for those events.
Right,
I was supposed to go and do his son's wedding reception.
right. And that got canceled. Everything was
That got
shifted.
canceled too because of COVID.
What'd you do? Like you were just staying home, just like cooking and just, keeping quiet and
Yeah, I
just like,
started selling plates, bro.
wow, just to like make ends meet,
Because
right?
because the restaurant slowed up. You know what I'm saying? That slowed up. So I had to do what I had to do, bro.
Man.
So I started selling plates, and from that, it kind of came 180. Folks started calling again for events and parties once the world started opening back up.
Anything that's thought your mind, maybe slipped through your mind, like, man, I'm quitting this thing. This is over. I'm gonna do something else. This cooking thing is not for me. Any thoughts of giving up at this point in time?
Not at this point in time, but I had my moments, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Big test, right? Big test of time, right?
I would say probably I was close after pick and roll
Okay.
because like I put a lot of energy into that, bro. A lot of time, a lot of effort and energy into that. And
Yeah.
we had a really good thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about, bro, Friday, Saturday nights, I'm talking about a packed house. You got live music and it's nothing but our people in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was a beautiful thing. But unfortunately it fell apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would be I would say the one time I wanted to be like, man, I'm done with this shit, bro.
Second guessing
Because
yourself,
I
right?
felt
Yeah.
defeated, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After everything I had put into it, and for us to walk away with nothing,
Yeah.
yeah. But God works in mysterious ways. Because
Yeah.
look what happened after that. Now my
Exactly.
family has their own business,
Yeah. Look at that.
and that propelled me to doing my own thing private. So
There you go. Yeah.
that's how it works, man.
For sure. The journey, man. It's all about the journey.
Yeah, it's been a journey, my brother, for
Yeah.
sure.
Your first paycheck, we talk about this at McDonald's, 95, 96. At 16 years old, man. A
Yeah,
shift. That shift, you clocked in, clocked out. I mean, you worked like a half a shift,
absolutely.
right?
I
I
worked.
mean, that
I don't
story,
even
man.
think
That
like
paycheck.
that.
Did you did,
That's
did you
when
even
we
get a
was getting
paycheck?
like. Look, that's when we was getting like $5 and some change an hour.
Man, wow.
My first that check I got from it, I still remember it to this day, bro. It
You
was
cashed that check or
16.
you saved that check?
No, I cashed it. You best believe I cashed it. That check was $16.09. I
How many
got my
hours you
first
worked?
job. It was like 3 hours, maybe.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was at McDonald's. It was at McDonald's on Route 59 in Nyack.
Man.
And my first day, some of my homies took the bus to Nyack, and they had me working the register, and they came in there trying to clown me, because you remember that was around the time when the Calvin commercials was out.
Right.
You remember
Yeah, I
Calvin
remember
from
Calvin. Yeah,
McDonald's?
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
Calvin.
that
Yeah.
was around that time. So my homeboys they came in and ordered food and whatnot and clowning me on the register. So that made me feel some type of way, bro.
Right,
It
right,
really
right.
did. I was
Yeah.
embarrassed. I don't know why. Looking back, I don't know why. But I was
Right.
embarrassed and I felt some type of way. So when I took my break, I clocked out and never came back. I
Man.
hopped on the 59 and went back to Spring Valley.
Never went back.
Never went back.
That's crazy. And you cashed the check. Man.
$16.09. I remember it to this day. That was my very first check, bro.
Wow.
That was my very
That's
first
crazy.
check.
When you hung up the phone, we were talking about that. You hung up the phone. I'm like, I wonder if I gotta ask me if he cashed that check because I'm not sure if he did.
I definitely cashed the check, bro. Come on, I was 16 years old. You know I cashed that check.
Oh man, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah, bro. That was my first day. I worked like 3 hours. I clocked out for my break. They let me go on break. I clocked out and never came back.
What a story. What a story. He also worked at Ruby Tuesdays, Danny's Don Pablo's, Res Robin.
Yeah. I've been around, bro. I've been around Rockland. I've been around Rockland and a lot of restaurants.
To the guest services you didn't really take seriously to the hospital job. You wish if you did, but you didn't. But you know, you live and learn. Yeah,
that was when, like, after high school, I moved back here to North Carolina.
Right.
Like 2000, like late 2000, 2001, and I got a job at the university, at the hospital, University of North Carolina.
Right. But looking back, how did these sort of jobs create a path to where you are now? You got to appreciate the grind, right? And Michael Jordan once said, "You got to win to lose," right? I mean, you got to appreciate the grind, right? All those jobs.
I think what I got from all those jobs, bro, is just a work ethic, man.
Right.
And like my stepfather gave me that from a young age too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like watching him do what he did growing up. And like him always telling me like, Tone, like you learn this food shit, man. Like you got a job no matter where you go. You got a job, bro. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
it don't people got to eat all across the world. You know what I'm saying? And then like that's what still plays to me to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had thoughts about dabbling, going into other fields, but like I'm good at this, and I put a lot of time and effort and energy into it. So why stop when I'm here now? I worked this hard to get here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go to the next level, which is I'm trying to open up my own establishment, man. That's my next goal. You know what I'm saying? So that's the grind and the end goal.
Yeah. The road's never gonna be easy, but it's always about the grind and the hustle. I saw you wrote something on Facebook too. To selling plates to private bookings. Proud of myself. I've come a long way. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, because I do a lot of private events now, as
Yeah.
opposed to when I came from. I used to post on Facebook every Saturday. Oh, I'm selling plates, post a menu. I don't have to do none of that no more, bro. I'm to the point now where my name is out there. I've made a name for myself in 2.5 years here in the Carolinas, which is a short amount of time, but
Yeah.
I've done a lot of networking, and my foot has been to the ground since I got here, bro. I've
Yeah.
been in grind mode, so I already kind of had a following because I got family here and I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
once I got here and started doing parties and events, the word just started spreading
Yeah. Call like
to the point
wildfire
where like I have a 9 to 5, but like pretty much most weekends I'm booked for events.
on the side hustle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Your food
So
looks amazing, by the way. You said people eat with their eyes, right? I mean,
absolutely.
you know what you're doing. People eat with their eyes, right?
That's the first thing
Um,
people eat with
their eyes.
before anything else. When what it looks like.
Yeah.
So you want to make the food look good. That's my. Ultimately, it's gonna taste good. I've been doing this long enough. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been in the industry. You can't please everybody. You know what
No.
I'm saying? But for the most part, people enjoy the food I prepare, bro. And I
Yeah.
think I'm very good at what I do. So
Right. That's what it is. You're a
like I
chef.
said, people eat with their eyes before anything else. So if the food looks good, that's already going to entice you to want to eat it.
Yeah, 100%. You're a chef. Difference between a chef and a cook is what? What's the big difference between a chef and a cook? What would you say?
Um, the difference between a chef and a cook.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say I came to you and say I need a meal for 3 people. It's $20.
Mhm.
Uh,
Man.
uh, a chef is gonna take that $20 and make you a complete meal out of that. A cook is probably just gonna make you some spaghetti and
Something
probably some
quick.
garlic bread.
Yeah. So the chef is a step ahead of the cook, a broader horizon, broader way of
All right,
thinking.
so say for instance, you gave me $20, bro. I'm gonna make you a meal. You're gonna have a dessert and a beverage.
From a chef point of view. But the cook is only going
That's
to
the
do so much.
difference.
That's a big difference. Wow.
And a chef is able to price stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like I get a lot of people that call me that people like that cook. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know how to price stuff out.
So that's where you come in.
But like, well, I see you do events. You know what I'm saying? Well, how much do you charge? Well, it depends on what you want to serve and how many people you feeding. That's that's that's.
That's what it
I
is.
mean, I'm not gonna say it's common sense because a lot of people are not. If you're not in the food industry, it's not common sense. But
Right.
that's the basis of that's the base of when you're trying to charge somebody. You gotta find out how much what they're eating is costing and how many people you gotta feed.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, um, like I said, I've been all around a lot of places in Rockland. And then what's ironic is all the restaurants I worked in, you and I never crossed paths, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Crazy. As small as Rockland is, right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because
It's
I
crazy.
like you said, you worked at Ruby Tuesdays, right?
I worked there for like maybe 3 days. That's about it.
Oh, my God.
More than a half a shift that you worked to make it easy back in the
Yeah, I
day.
worked 3 hours. I already know. I worked 3 hours and left.
But yeah, well, we never crossed paths though. We never crossed paths. It's crazy, man. Crazy how that happened.
Yeah, but like I said, I've been in the industry since I was a teenager, bro. You
Yeah,
know, like I said, a flashback. If anybody knows me, they know my stepfather. We had Max Friendly Restaurant on Bethune behind Max Barbershop in Spring Valley. And then, like I said, that's where I really got my start in the kitchen. Like my grandmother introduced me to cooking,
right.
but then like my stepfather propelled me because he showed me techniques, methods, food safety, sanitation. I learned all of that from him, and then like I said, I went to BOCES, and it just kept going from there.
Yeah, you just kept learning,
I just kept
unlocking.
learning. So now it's to the point I'm teaching other people.
That's the way to do it. How important is your knife? Are you a creature of habit? You sort of like use any sort of tools? You got to have a specific knife, specific tools. How does your mind work?
I prefer the brand I use is a company called Dow Strong.
Okay.
I got introduced to them probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I went to the Hotel and Restaurant Expo in New York City a couple years ago,
Okay.
and met a dude from the company. We struck a good conversation. Actually, him and I still speak to this day. And through us being friends, bro, he sent me some knives.
Wow. And ever
Yeah,
since you never use any.
I've been using them ever since. I
Can
mean,
I?
I paid for some too, but I
Right.
got introduced to them from him giving me some knives as a gift.
So if I came to you and say, Tone, here's a knife, use this knife, you'd be like, nah, I can't use this knife, bro. I can't use this. I got to be something specific. Creature
I
habit.
mean, I keep my own knives with me most of the time, so
Okay.
yeah, I like if I go out of town to do something, I'm taking my knives with me.
Yeah.
That's like
100%.
my cell phone.
Yeah. Gotta have it.
You
Gotta,
gotta
gotta have
have
it.
it,
Gotta
bro.
have it.
Any chef without knives and
Yeah.
those are tools, bro.
Gotta have it,
That's
man.
like going to someone else's house and asking for their socks and underwear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of
That's
weird.
kind of weird. Yeah. You gotta have your knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear
Like
you.
most cats I know
Right.
that cook, that chefs, they have their own knives.
Yeah.
Now, if push come to shove, if I have to use another knife, so be it. But I like to use what I'm comfortable with and what I'm used to.
Yeah. Any kitchen injuries over the years? Last time you burnt something?
Kitchen. Hey, I just got a cut. Today. Speak of the devil.
Wow. Man, oh man. Little injury
Just
there, buddy. You all right?
moving too fast, man. That's all. I
Okay.
call little Nick. That's all. It ain't nothing major. It'll be
Okay.
healed up in like 2 or 3 days. But
Okay.
last time I burned something,
Yeah.
um, last summer.
Last summer you overcooked something?
Yeah, I was up cooking late one night, bro,
Right.
and I put
Tired.
some stuff in the oven and
Yeah.
fell asleep.
Tired. Yeah. Wake up in the morning, game over.
Yo, it was like the color of this hat the next morning, bro.
What was this? Some chicken, some turkey? What was in there?
Some meatballs.
Oh man. Fell asleep, huh?
Yeah.
Happens to the
I
best of
fell
us.
asleep with the oven on.
Whoa. How'd you
Yeah.
realize? I realized the next day it was still on cooking?
No, I woke up a couple hours later, but by the time I woke up, the meatballs had burned. They were scorched.
They were done.
They were done, bro.
Wow.
Fried. It was crispy. Yeah,
What's
that's the last time I burned something, man.
That's crazy.
Doing too much and staying up too late, but it's part of the grind, bro.
Part of the
You gotta
grind.
do what you gotta do.
What's your signature dish? What do you think that is, and why is that your signature dish?
My signature dish, I'm gonna have to say oxtails, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I kind of claim myself the oxtail king.
Wow. What's so special about your oxtail, though? Is it your recipes? Is it the seasoning, the spice, the herbs, the marinate the meat, the potatoes, the rice? How do you?
Yeah. I mean, of course I use seasonings, but I use different herbs too.
Okay.
Um, I don't do anything. My method isn't too much different than anybody else's, but I just do it with love, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I I I I do it with love, and I put my time into. I take my time. You can't rush oxtails, man.
No, you can't.
You know what I'm
Definitely
saying?
can't. Yeah.
Oxtail is it's a it takes a while to break that meat down and get it tender. You know what I'm saying? So you can't you can't rush it.
Yeah.
It's a process.
For sure.
But I learned, excuse me, the original recipe I learned from a Jamaican lady I used to work with.
Okay.
And I just took what she showed me and kind of added a little bit of my own
Your own
to make it
spin.
my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not Jamaican, but I make a mean Jamaican style oxtail.
How do you
I've
stay
had Jamaicans come to me and tell me that my oxtails are good. So
amazing, right? So you're doing something
yeah,
right.
I've had some of them co-sign it already. So yeah, I'm, I think that's my signature dish.
How do you stay up to date on the latest food trends? You always reading something, magazine, this and that? Because I think the food changes all the time, right? There's always something different every single day.
Uh, I wouldn't say I do a lot of reading. I watch more. Um, I have this app called Granda,
Okay.
and it's an app that it's kind of like a TikTok for food and methods and techniques and recipes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always seeing new things and indulging in new things and new ideas from that. Like I just found a recipe I'm getting ready to try this weekend, man. Some jerk chicken burrito tacos.
Wow. The burrito tacos are fire, man. Man, those
I
are
never
good.
tried it with chicken though.
Oof, fire. You dip it with the little soup thing there. You dip it in there.
Yeah, bro. I'm getting ready to try some
Fire.
jerk ones this weekend.
Let me know how that goes. Miss Inbox me how that see some pics, how that
And
comes out.
I found now this is another one I found on this app I'll be on. Chocolate oxtails.
Wow. You and this oxtail thing. How you taking it up to another level now? Man, oh
I'm
man.
I'm I'm gonna try it and see. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the
That's the
only
only
way
way
to
to do
find
it.
out, bro.
That's it.
You gotta
That's it.
try.
That's it.
You gotta push the envelope, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I made some peanut butter and jelly wings one day.
Wow. Peanut butter jelly wings. How was that?
Amazing. Take a little of the Thai peanut chili sauce, the Thai peanut sauce.
Right.
Take a little grape jelly, some white sugar, a little bit of white vinegar. Toss in the peanut sauce, and then just throw the glaze with the grape jelly over top of it. A little bit of green onions.
Right. Man.
Insane, bro.
Man. How do you handle dietary restrictions, vegans, allergies, gluten free? How tough it is to like move around that, to navigate all that?
Um, it's easier now, bro. With you got all these products that are gluten free and
Okay. They already come already in
as
the
opposed to 15, 20 years ago where, that market was very small.
right.
The market for vegans is just as big as the regular food consumer nowadays because you have so many people that are vegan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like how I keep in the loop with it, I do a lot of research on it because I'm not a vegan, so
Okay.
I can't relate to it. I eat vegetables, but I eat meat as well. So I do a lot of research. I look up different recipes, different methods of how to make things, and so forth and so on. So when someone contacts me and wants something vegan, I'm not oblivious to it. I have an idea already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's pretty much what I do. I do a lot of reading about it, recipes. I watch tutorials on how to make things. Like YouTube is very instrumental, bro.
Yeah. For the right reasons. For the right reasons. Yeah, for sure. We didn't have that
Yeah,
growing up.
bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I wanted I didn't know something. I had an idea and I didn't know how to put it together.
Right.
And I go on YouTube and look it up, and someone's already done it.
Yeah. You're like, man, oh man, this is good stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, that's how I handle like people with dietary restrictions and stuff like that.
Right.
And plus, I'm kind of familiar with it because I worked in the school system. So I used to work with a dietitian. So I'm kind of familiar with dietary restrictions and stuff that people can't eat and so forth and so on. So
Right.
when I get approached with it by a client,
Right.
you know,
You know what to tell
it's
them.
pretty much what they want, so I can kind of guide them based off of what they want and what I know how to do in my knowledge of stuff.
Right.
If I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna tell them I don't know how to do it, but I do know I can look up a recipe to find out how to do it.
Right.
So
Yeah. What
I
about
try to stay in my range of what I know how to do as far as with the vegan food, man.
stick to what you know for sure?
Yeah, I
what
mean, I know some things, but I don't know everything.
Right, for sure. What about plant-based? You a fan of plant-based products like the meat? You ever try them? Plant-based stuff?
Yeah, I actually do. I actually do sampling for a company, man. They send me these plant-based products once a month, and I
Okay.
have to prepare a couple dishes and take pictures. And um, I did one last month with these beef crumbles. The texture for me, man. The
Yeah.
taste wasn't that bad
Okay.
because, like, I made a stir fry with one. I did like a Alfredo with one. And what did I do with the third dish? I did like a beef and broccoli with the third one. That's what I
Okay.
did for the third one.
Okay.
But the texture, bro,
Wasn't for you.
I just can't. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
It's not the same for me. I don't
Right.
know, bro.
Right. Yeah.
But to each his own. I don't knock anybody in what they do. I'm just not a
Right.
plant-based
Type of guy.
fanatic,
Yeah.
But to each his own. What you like is what you like.
That's it. That's it.
Now I have no problem cooking it. If you're willing to spend your money and that's what you want, I will hook it up for you.
Right.
I'll taste it, but I'm not eating it.
Yeah. That's fair. What are your strengths and weaknesses, you think, as a chef? What do you think they are, if any?
My strength, I would say, would be my work ethic.
Okay.
Like I've had, like even like my family members and people that know me and see me in action. Like even like my dad, a couple weeks ago, he came to bring me something at an event, and he was like, "Man," he was like, "You really good at this." He was like, "When you be in action doing your thing," he was like, he was like, "You be in your zone."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm pretty good at this, man. He was like, yeah, I see. He was like, I see it on Facebook. I've seen you do it, on social media. He was like, but to see you in action in person, he was like, yeah, I got a lot of respect for you, man. And I've had a couple people tell me that, like past people that I work with and former employees and people I work. Like I had a young man reach out to me. It's probably like a year ago.
Okay.
He was like, yo, man, I just wanted to let you know, bro. Like, I'm proud of you. You keep me encouraged to keep going. There's been times I wanted to give this shit up, but I hop on and I see stuff that you post and see you in the kitchen doing your thing, and it keep me motivated, bro.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, bro, that keeps me going. And just to, like, people leaving reviews when I do events and, the positive feedback or people giving me referrals. Oh, that's just
Yeah.
love that I'm good at what I do, man. And I'm a people person, so I'm very personable. I'm not an asshole to nobody. I don't try to shuck and jive or cut corners. Like my stepfather taught me, like if you're gonna do it, you do it right. Because when you try to take shortcuts, you're gonna have to work twice as hard and twice as
Yeah.
long to do it right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So do it right the first time,
You ain't got to
and
go
you ain't got
back
to
and
worry about it.
go back 3-4 times trying to do the same
Yeah,
thing, taking
you know what I'm
shortcuts.
saying?
Yeah.
And don't, like one of the things that stick with me with what my stepfather told me growing up, he used to always say, yo, man, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. So if you bullshitting yourself, it's going to show in everything you do.
Yeah. It's some good advice, man. It's good
You know?
advice. Yeah. Good
So
advice, man. Good advice,
I
man.
just try to put my all into my food, bro, when I'm dealing with a client, because that's my livelihood. It's how I pay my bills, and it's my brand.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I would say I've done in the last 2.5 years is brand myself.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I was associated with my family's restaurant, and I still do promote them. You know what I'm saying? But now it's Chef Tone.
Yeah.
It's about Chef Tone.
Yeah. You got to put yourself
That's
first,
it.
right? You got to put yourself first, man. You have to.
Yeah,
You
but
have to.
I've you know put my kids and relationships. It's a lot of things that and a lot of time I've put others before me. And I still do. My kids are always gonna come before anybody else, but I know how to make time for me and do things for Tone now.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in a good
It
place right
took a
now.
while. It
Right.
took a while,
Yeah.
but I know how to do that now.
You live and learn, man. You make mistakes and you live and learn. And now you're a good place
Yeah,
right
you
now.
do,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I kind of hate it took me so long, but
Yeah.
it happened. That's all, and I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. For
Because
sure.
there's a lot of ones still our age that ain't really figured it out
Yeah.
yet, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
You know?
I got some sports questions for you. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
How hard is it to watch your beloved Giants, man, and your favorite Giants of all time?
Ugh. Giants are a shit show, bro.
I feel for you and Pat, man.
But we got some positive, I mean, we got 2 quarterbacks. We still ain't got no offensive line yet, but
Yeah,
we got a quarterback and some receivers he can throw it to.
that's it.
So
Yeah,
that's the bright spot I'm looking. That's the only little dimmer light I'm holding on to right now.
Did you prefer Russell Wilson or Rodgers? Who'd you prefer? Who'd you wanted to get? Who'd you wanted to get?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. I think that's a good fit. Who's your favorite Giant of all time? You got any favorite players of all time you like?
Giant of all time?
Yeah, who's your favorite?
LT, baby. Lawrence
LT.
Taylor.
All right.
LT.
All right.
Baddest linebacker to ever to play the game. I haven't seen another linebacker do what LT did, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was a kid watching him, bro, and I remember those games, bro. I remember, like, seeing him wreak havoc on the field, bro.
Yeah, he was
I
a
haven't
monster.
seen another linebacker have that type of impact and energy in the game like he did, bro. I'm sorry. And it ain't because I'm a Giants fan, and he came from UNC.
Yeah, you got to put that over UNC.
Yeah, I'm a Tar Heel, man.
You happy for Saquon?
I mean, now that I'm out of my feelings, yeah.
Okay.
I was angry last year.
See,
And
ain't
you an Eagles fan?
Diehard Eagle fan.
Figures you were asking.
I gotta know the pulse on the Giant fans. All my Giant fans out there.
Listen, I was talking. I talked ish about Saquon when that first went down, but that was before I seen Hard Knocks. Once I seen Hard Knocks and seen the conversation, I'm happy for that man because he did the best thing for his career. The Giants were trying to railroad him, bro.
Right.
So I'm happy for him. I'm happy he went and did what he did because that was our karma for letting him go and doing him the way we did him.
Well said. Knicks, how far do you see them going? Can they ever win a championship?
I don't see it happening no time soon. But we close. But I still think we a piece or two away, man. We need another. I think we need another superstar player, man.
Kevin Durant, maybe in the summer, perhaps.
Brunson needs help, man.
Yeah.
Towns helped, but he's not consistent every night.
Do you prefer Randall and DiVincenzo versus Towns, or you're a fan of Towns?
I would have liked to kept Devo, but Randall can go.
Okay.
Randall slowed down the offense, man. At least Cat can move. Cat can dribble and create his own shot, and he's more agile than Randall was to me.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm happy with the trade. I just wish we would have kept Devo.
Yeah.
Because we lost a shooter, man.
You did, 100%. Who's your favorite Knick of all time? Favorite New York Knick of all time?
New York Knick?
Yeah.
I gotta say Melo, man.
Melo. Okay.
Melo, and of this era, I would have to say Melo, but back from the 90s, I'm gonna say Starks, man.
John Starks.
John Starks is my guy, bro.
Did he dunk over Jordan, or was that like, was that
No, he didn't dunk over Jordan.
A lot of Knicks fans are like 50-50, but then when it comes to posing that question, man.
Now that I go back and watch the highlight, he didn't dunk over Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan was in the vicinity, but he didn't get dunked on.
Okay. Right.
But I just like Starks because he didn't back down, bro.
Yeah.
That's what made him one of my favorite players. He didn't back down.
From nobody. Yeah.
Except when he went 3 for 18 in the finals and shot us out the game.
Houston. Bro. Yeah. That was terrible. Man.
That was
Starks player. He played with a lot of heart, man. To this day, he's revered.
Yeah, but him and Melo would probably be my 2 favorite Knicks.
Thoughts on LeBron versus the Stephen A. Smith? The saga continues, right? What do you make of this?
It's embarrassing, bro.
What do you make of that?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
I think so too. I share the same sentiments about that.
To see him,
2 grown men going back and forth.
Yeah, bro. Like, y'all both spoke your piece. Leave it alone. But all this generates ratings, and ratings generate revenue. You know how that works.
Yeah.
And everyone loves drama.
Yeah, it sells, right? Definitely sells.
Yeah, it sells. Like, ESPN ratings are through the roof right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching and listening to what Stephen A. is going to say or what LeBron's going to say.
Yeah.
So, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's very embarrassing as 2 black men that represent us in sports and media to see them going at it like this and getting personal and all of that. It's embarrassing, bro. To me. That's my whole spiel on it. But hopefully they could have a face-to-face and a sit-down and iron out their differences with one another and move forward, to show people how it should be done instead of what's going on right now. Or either just get in the ring and, duke it out.
Pay-per-view.
But I know Stephen A. ain't gonna do that.
Talking about he gonna slap LeBron. He ain't gonna slap LeBron.
Man, don't nobody believe that. we know you won't slap on LeBron. So cut it out, bro.
He about that life, man.
Entertaining, bro. It sound good.
Yeah, but he ain't about that life.
He's definitely not about that life.
How will you remember Kobe Bryant?
How well?
Yeah, how would you remember Kobe Bryant?
Kobe was a beast, man.
Yeah.
Sure I remember his final game at the Garden. He dropped 60 on us, bro.
Yeah. Definitely a beast, man. Kobe's something special.
Like, I ain't gonna front. I cried when Kobe died, bro. And I'm not even a Kobe Bryant fan. Yeah. But like I watched him grow up, bro.
97, 98, the prom with Brandy and 09.
He's our age, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I watched him grow up as a Laker, bro. Literally. From a 18-year-old kid to a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when that happened, bro, it was like, even though I wasn't a Lakers fan, I still liked Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was I respected him as a basketball player. He was a beast, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that hurt. That was a devastating blow when we lost Kobe, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That was devastating.
How surprised were you to see Luka Doncic trade Luka to LA? How surprised were you by that trade?
Knowing what I know now, I'm not surprised. But when it first happened, it was definitely a shock because I thought Luka was the franchise.
Right. And Dallas went to the finals last year with Kyrie.
Yeah, he just took them to the finals, and then a year later they trade you.
Yeah.
But me personally, I think they're getting ready to sell that team in Dallas anyway.
Okay. Interesting, right? To see Mark Cuban's not there anymore, so it's just free for all.
And the shareholders are trying to get out of that.
Yeah.
I think that team's gonna wind up in Vegas, bro.
Or maybe Seattle too. They could use another basketball
Vegas is trying hard to get a team.
Yeah, for sure.
They're trying real hard. Yeah, I think it's either going to be one of those 2 places. I think the days in Dallas are numbered.
Yeah. You're a North Carolina fan. How much you hate Duke, being a North Carolina fan?
I hate Duke just as much as I hate the Dallas Cowboys.
You got to respect them, though, right? You got to respect guys, right? You got to respect them.
I don't respect the Cowboys. I hate the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they look, the way they smell, the way they dress. I hate everything about the Cowboys, bro.
Yeah.
Duke, too.
Not a fan. You guys are what, 8 miles apart from each other?
Yeah, bro. But they don't get no love around here. They call this the Tar Heel State. They don't call it the Duke State.
Oh man, Jordan or LeBron? Who you got, MJ or LeBron?
Did you really just ask me that question, bro?
Listen, you all got opinion. We all got opinion on these things.
Michael Jordan, man. No
All right.
disrespect to LeBron and what he's done
Okay.
and all he's contributed to the game. But Jordan was a killer, bro.
Okay.
Jordan, like the things I seen Jordan do.
Right. The 90s was crazy.
I seen LeBron do some things too. You know what I'm saying? But I seen Jordan like that. Jordan was a different animal, man. He was a different type of animal, bro.
I know you're not a fan of Duke. What advice would you give to Cooper Flag? Come out, be on the Wizards, stay another year. What would you tell Cooper Flag?
His stock is high now, bro. You better go get that bag, man.
Okay.
I mean, but NIL money is good too.
Sure is, man. Sure is.
So
you come back, you can risk injury. So I would just tell him to just take the bag and just jump ship, right? NBA.
I mean, if he does, I think if they don't win a championship, he's coming back.
Okay, to be determined.
I think
right?
he wants to win a title at Duke, bro.
Okay, yeah, he's special. What does he remind you of? Any player you can compare him to in the NBA right now? Any player you can see him?
Not in the NBA, but he gives me vibes of like the way how he goes hard playing, bro. He remind me of like Bird, bro. Bird used to just like nonstop. He wouldn't stop, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cooper Flag is like that. It's like he doesn't get tired.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. He's gonna be
he
special.
Just keeps going, bro. He just keeps going.
Yeah, he's a special.
Even when he messed up his ankle, he was still trying to play it in.
Yeah, 100%.
They had to make him sit down.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's something really, really special.
That's one of the toughest white boys I've seen come through Duke in a while.
Time.
Yeah, he's solid, bro. I'm not a Duke fan, but that he's solid. He's solid. That if like I said, if they don't win the title, I think he's gonna stay. But if they win, he's gone.
He's gone to Washington, possibly. Yankees, our beloved Yankees, no title in 16 years since 2009.
2009, man.
When will this drought end, man? When do you see us winning another championship, number 28? Anytime soon?
I don't know, man. We got the bats, bro. The pitching just don't hold us down, bro.
Yeah.
We don't have them aces like we did back in the early 2000s, bro. In the 90s, we don't have those, bro.
Right.
I think that's the difference now. Like Yankees, we've always had offense, bro. We've always had offense. We have bats. Right. We always have bats.
Yeah.
But the pitching has been shaky the last decade.
A lot of injuries. Luis Hill, Garrett Cole. We lost Stanton, and then Soto.
Yeah, injuries too.
How sad were you to see Soto in another uniform, and a Met uniform at that?
Bro, believe it or not, though, I knew right after the World Series he was gonna leave.
You got a feeling.
Bro, you can hear how he was talking in the interview. He talking in the post game. He's already talking about free agency.
He's a mercenary, all by his money.
Hey, they gave him the bag though, man. You know, I don't respect it because you went cross town to the rival. You know what I'm saying? But it's a business at the end of the day, man. And the Mets gave him some things that the Yankees just weren't willing to give him.
Right. You see him coming back, maybe 5 years. They don't win a championship. Being a New York Met, you think Soto comes back to the Yankees?
To the Yankees?
Yeah, possibly. He can opt out after 5 years.
Yeah, but after think about what he's going to want for his next contract, bro.
Well, by then he'll be 31, right? So he's going to still want a lot of money, but I don't think 700 million, I don't think. But
I mean, these contracts ain't doing nothing but getting higher, bro.
But you see him winning a championship with the Mets, though? You see him in 5 years. What do you think? Ain't happening.
Okay. Bro, the Mets are like, you remember the pork commercials when we had growing up? Pork, the other white meat. That's what the Mets are in New York. The Mets, the Brooklyn Nets. There's only one team in this town, and that's the Yankees and the Knicks and the Giants. That's it. Yeah. Right. The Jets been holding on since 1969, bro. Just sell the team already, bro. Just sell the team and go somewhere else, bro.
Yeah.
It's not working here in New York, bro. And the
Yankees.
Brooklyn Nets, they until they win some titles, they never gonna outshine the Knicks, bro. This is a Knicks. New York is a Knicks town.
Who's your favorite Yankee of all time? You got a couple? Who's some favorite Yankees you like
Favorite Yankee?
back in the day and maybe now growing up?
Mm.
You had Mariano, you had Alex, you had Jeter,
I love
you had
Jeter, but
Tito.
I'm gonna take it back even further.
Okay.
One of my favorite players in the '90s was Kevin Moss, man.
Oh, Kevin Moss, the catcher, Kevin
hmm
Moss. Yeah, Kevin
hmm
Moss, man. Yeah.
He was a beast, bro.
Yeah, Kevin Moss was a beast, man.
Him, Bernie, Paul
Posada,
O'Neill. I
Paul
like Paul
O'Neill.
O'Neill.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Mendoza, Hernandez, El Duque Hernandez.
Mendoza, Hernandez, but
Yeah,
I Kevin Moss, Bernie Williams, and I would probably say Derek Jeter. Jeter's probably my all-time favorite though.
yeah. Jeets, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, man.
So, what do the Yankees? How many more years for us to win another World Series? Next 5, 10 years from now, Yankees win another
I'm
chip?
hoping 5, man. I'm hoping it's not another 10 for sure. Because
Yeah,
this is the longest drought we've been in a while, bro.
yeah. 100%, 100%, man. Top 5 rappers of all time. Who do you got? Who's your top 5?
My top 5 rappers.
Yeah, who's in your top 5?
Hold on, I gotta plug my charger out real quick.
That's all good.
Top 5 rappers.
Any era.
It don't matter what order.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter. Because we could always go back and forth with this stuff.
I'm gonna say Nas.
Okay.
Nas is my all-time favorite rapper. So
Okay.
Nas, my top 5, I would say Nas, Pac, Andre 3000, Kool G Rap,
Okay.
and LL.
LL. Wow.
Yeah,
So you got no Big, no Pac in that order?
I mean, I like Big too, but like my favorite MC out of New York is Nas, bro.
Nas is nice, man. What he's been doing, man, just amazing, amazing. He's definitely one of
Like
my.
I was just listening to Illmatic today. You know what I'm saying? Like
Doesn't get old. Doesn't get old, man.
Like
Does not get old.
Nas is just my go-to for me. Nas is my favorite. Nas, Pac, 3 Stacks,
Yeah.
Kool G Rap,
And LL.
and LL. Cause like growing up, my cousins that's all they used to listen to, LL and Kool G Rap. So that was my introduction to kind of like hip hop.
That's awesome.
LL especially. LL, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, NWA. Those were the early. That was my early introduction to hip hop. Dana Dane, Kwame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was my introduction.
That's some good
And then the
stuff.
90s, that's when I'm not gonna say, yeah, the 90s is when I kind of fell in love with hip hop, bro.
Okay. Early 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Like
enough.
I can remember I was down here for the summer of '95. I was here in North Carolina when the Infamous came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
This how much of a music head I was. This music Infamous came out in the summertime. I'll never forget. It was like August or July. I walked to the record store down here. I walked like 10 miles in the blazing ass heat
to get
to
that
the
album.
record store to get the tape Infamous.
Wow. You don't do that no more. Now you just download it on your phone, right?
Now you just download it on your phone. You know what I'm saying? But that's how much of a hip hop head I was, bro.
Back then, yeah.
I don't like most of y'all don't remember, but I used to walk around school, bro. I had a Tommy Hilfiger bag. I used to carry a radio with me in school, bro.
A little boombox in school.
Yes, bro.
Man, oh man, really?
That's how much of a music head I was, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, hip hop isn't the same now as it was in the 90s when we grew up. You know what I'm saying? But like that was just the 90s was just a good time for hip hop, bro. Sure. That was a great time for hip hop.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I still listen to all that music today,
To
bro.
this day. Yeah.
To this day.
You can't compare this music back then to now. It's totally different, man. Totally, totally different. If you could bring back an artist to life, who would that be?
If I could bring an artist back,
To life that passed. Yeah.
probably Big, man. Cause we only got 2 albums from him.
Yeah. Yeah. Sky was
And
limit for him.
he was such a dope lyricist, bro. The way
Yeah.
he could tell stories and make you visualize what he was saying, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and we only got 2 albums out of him.
It's
Pop
crazy.
recorded a lot more music than Big did,
He did.
obviously, but
Right.
we only got 2 albums out of Big, man.
It's
The
crazy.
ones after that, the remix albums that Puffy be doing and the duets, I don't listen to any of that. I don't
Yeah.
count none of
Right.
that. I count Light
Life
Ready to
after death.
Die, Life
Ready to
After
die.
Death. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
And the Puffy album, No Way Out, because
No way out.
Big wrote a lot of that album.
Right.
Yeah. That would be the one artist I would probably bring back. Cause like we only got 2 albums out of Big, man.
Yeah. It's crazy. When you think about it, it's so crazy how that
Yeah.
all
We
went
lost
down.
both of them within 6 months, bro.
Yeah. 96, 97. It's
Two
crazy.
of the biggest rappers in the game, bro.
All time. Yeah. It's crazy.
6 months apart, bro.
Wow. When you think about it, right? That was high school for me.
That's the time we grew up in, bro.
Yeah. 96, 97. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy time.
Like
Man.
I still remember the morning I woke up when Big got killed.
Yeah,
I
it
still
was like a
remember
Sunday
waking
morning.
up on the
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Hot
Angie Martinez
97.
was on
Angie
the radio
Martinez.
crying.
Yeah. Hot 97. Yeah.
Because I remember normally Sunday mornings it'd be Street Shoulders and Lisa
Right.
Evers
Lisa
would be on
Evers.
the
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
particular morning it was Angie, and Angie never on the
On the
radio on the
radio.
weekend.
Sunday? Never.
Never.
Yeah.
I remember that Sunday morning hearing her on the radio like, what? I remember turning it up. She was crying, and I just remember her saying that Biggie had passed.
Yeah. Crazy. Who was your barber back in the day? Who was your go-to barber back in Spring Valley back in the day? Who was your barber?
My barber back in the day was my man Damian Spencer.
Shout out to D, man. Shout out to D.
I go back with D before he had a shop when he was cutting in his basement.
In his basement, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember
Yes.
that. Remember that. I remember those days.
My
yeah.
boy Damian Spencer and my boy Bart from up
Nice.
top. Yep. Those are my two barbers growing up.
I haven't heard that name in a long time, man.
Well, look, I don't have a barber no more, as you can tell. You know what I'm saying? But when I did have to get a cut, a haircut, yeah,
D cut.
Damien in like Pomona in junior high and high school.
Yeah.
And then whenever I couldn't catch up with Damien, I would go to Bart because Bart was right there in the hood.
Where's Bart, man?
Bart's still up top. The barbershop right up top. He's
Bart's still cutting hair?
Yep. He's still right there.
Wow. I haven't heard
He's
of
still
Bart
right
and
there,
Scheme
bro.
Bart in years, man.
He's still right there cutting hair, bro. Right up top. Right on Ewan Avenue.
That's crazy, man. What advice would you give your younger self, do's and don'ts, looking back now to where you are now to way back then? What would you tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to invest your money. Don't take this the wrong way, anybody, but use condoms. Because I have 5 children. But that's what I would like. Invest my money. I would tell anyone, my younger self, to use my time wisely. I did a lot of effing off in the streets, a lot of time wasted. But yeah, invest my money, use your time wisely, and work hard and invest in your craft.
Any role models growing up? Who you look up to?
Role models growing up.
Mom, dad, grandma, pops, anybody?
That's a good question, Kenford.
You gotta think there for a minute. Who were you close to? Who was always like your guardian angel? Always pushing you, motivating you, telling you could do something, believe in yourself. Sort of like a Miss Veal, kind of
I
like.
would I would probably have to say my grandmother, man.
Yeah.
My
Grandma.
grandma Teen.
Yeah.
Like that's been probably my biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like regardless of whatever I'm going through or dealing with, good or bad, like she always speak positivity to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and like I've seen her go through so much in life from me as a kid to now as an adult. You know what I'm saying? And like she never complained. You know, she never made excuses. She just did what she had to do.
Right.
And she passes that wisdom along every chance that she gets. You know what I'm saying? And like I could be having the worst day, bro. I talk to my grandma and it's like none of that never even happened.
Yeah. They're
So
special, man.
I would say that like that would be the person who I looked up to growing up, and I still look up to this day because of her strength, of her wisdom, and just her faith more than anything. Because what all the things that she's been through in life and endured, and what she's lived through from the '60s and the '70s and everything she's been through, her faith has never been broken, bro.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
cool.
that's who I would say would be who someone I looked up to growing up.
Yeah.
And still do to and still to this day look up to her.
Yeah. Your kids, you said, yeah, a couple kids. Any advice to them? Times are different now, right? Any of them want to maybe be a chef one day? What would you tell them? One of your kids say, "Dad, I want to be a chef just like you." What would you tell them?
Make sure you're passionate and that you're sure that this is what you want to do. Um, because restaurant industry, it's not easy, bro.
No, it's not for everybody.
Um, and it's not for everybody.
No.
It's a lot of long days and short nights.
Sacrifices, a lot of birthdays, missed anniversaries.
Holidays,
Yeah, holidays.
birthdays,
Yeah,
because you're
yeah,
gonna be working.
yeah.
Um, but I would say to any my younger kids that wanted to get into this industry, just
Hmm.
have a plan, work hard and do everything you can to perfect your craft because you're only gonna get out of the industry what you put into it.
Correct. 100%.
Um, and that's not just for my kids. That's for anybody, man.
Anybody? Yeah,
That's inspiring to be a chef or want to get in the food service industry. Like, make sure that you have a passion for this because if you're not passionate for it, this industry will chew you up and spit you out very fast.
yeah, for sure, for sure. How are you as a parent, man? Are you strict, tough on your kids, lenient, laid back? How are you as a dad with your kids?
I'm a little, I'm, I'm a realist first. I'm not gonna say I'm strict. I'm a little lenient because I understand the times and ages that we live in now.
Totally
These
different.
these kids are totally different than I was when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, but I just try to be real with them, man. Because when they go out here in the world, nobody's gonna sugarcoat nothing for them. So it's my job to give it to them as real as I can from my perspective, so that they can understand that when they go out here, like nobody owes you anything. You don't get no special treatment. You ain't getting no handouts.
right.
You got to work hard for what you want, and eventually that hard work is gonna pay off. But it's gonna come with a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah, for sure,
You got
for
to
sure.
sacrifice to get the things that you want in life.
Yeah, 100%.
And it don't come without it, bro.
Yeah,
You
being a
talk to
realist,
anybody that's successful in life, they had to sacrifice
for
in
sure.
some shape or form. So
Yeah,
that's what I would tell to my children, or anybody that wanted to get into the industry. Like, make sure that if this is what you want to do, make sure you're passionate about it and have a work ethic because The industry is very demanding, a lot of long hours. You know, you got to be built for this shit, man. It's just because you can make something taste good, that ain't the only step in working in the industry.
100%.
It's a lot that goes with it, you know. But if you're gonna be in it, you know, learn everything. Learn as much as you can, and anything you don't know, ask questions.
Right. That's good advice.
That's how I learned, man. You know, I ask questions. I used to like when I was young, I used to think that made me stupid for asking questions. You know, I don't want to seem stupid. You know, but that's how you learn stuff. You have to ask questions, bro.
The ones that you don't ask is the dumbest question. The ones you don't ask, right? So
exactly.
You gotta ask the questions. Yeah. You gotta ask the
exactly.
questions. Gotta ask the questions.
So yeah, that would be the advice I would give to like my children or anyone that was trying to be a chef. You know, put your all into it, man.
Yeah.
You have to, because if you don't, it's gonna show.
100%. Advice for fathers out there. Who you tell fathers out there, based on your experience and the history of fatherhood.
Well, I've been a father for 21 years now, bro. My son's 21. My son's 21.
Wow.
So, in my experience as a parent in 21 years, from what I've gone through and experienced, what I would say to any fathers, whether you're involved with the mother, y'all together or not together, just be present and involved with your kids, man.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be perfect. They just want you to be present.
That's good advice.
That's the, and make time. That's one of the I would say the major things I learned the last couple years, bro, is to make time for my kids and my family. I was so focused on work and getting going. I got to do this. I got to go get this money. I got to get this money. I got to get this money. But in the meantime, I'm missing time with my kids and my family and my loved ones that I can't get back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that's what the main thing I would say to anyone, like make time for any fathers, make time, communicate with your kids, be present. And I'm not just talking about birthdays and special events and holidays, like days you ain't doing nothing. Pull up on your kids, man. See how they doing.
Yeah.
Call them. Send them a text. FaceTime them. It ain't always about showing up. You just got to be available and vigilant.
Yeah.
There's too many ways to keep in touch with kids now for a parent that
there's no excuses,
may not
right?
be in the same city as their child. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got FaceTime, you got video, you got all these different platforms to keep in contact with these kids, bro. So no father should have an excuse for not keeping in touch with their children, bro, unless you're just a deadbeat and don't handle your don't take up your responsibilities.
Correct.
But, any fathers, that's what I would say to them, man. Stay present in your kid's life. Stay active. Like I said, they don't want you to be perfect. They just want you to be present, man.
Right.
And that's the main thing I've learned over the years, with my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to think I had to be of a certain image and do certain things, but these kids don't care about that, but they just want to see you show up, bro.
That's it.
They just want you to be there.
That's some good advice, man. That's some really good
You know
advice.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only advice I could give to any other father or young father,
Right.
And spend time with your kids, because that time you can't get it back, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying for experience things with my oldest two daughters for the time that I missed when they were younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm having to make up for time now.
Yeah.
Because I put so much focus on work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah,
you live and you learn, like we just said, bro.
It's good advice, man. Good
and
advice.
I've been living and learning.
Every day, right? You never stop learning, right?
Every
Never too old to
day.
learn. Never too learn.
You never stop learning, bro. Every day is a lesson.
How much do you miss New York?
I miss the food and the vibe more than anything, bro. It's a slower pace down here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have And like New York is like a melting pot. You got so many different nationalities. It's a little different down here.
Right.
So I would say I'm like 50-50, bro.
Okay.
But you gotta remember, I'm born here, so I've spent time here. So it's not like
Right.
I'm unfamiliar with the South.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Some people from New York, you put them down here, they're like a fish out of water.
They have no idea what to do.
Yeah,
How to
you know
fit
what I'm
in.
saying? Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
spent time down here, so I'm good, bro. You know?
What's the biggest difference between New York and North Carolina? What's the big difference you think that is?
The weather and the food.
Wow. Okay.
And the lingo. The dialogue, the lingo, because it's different down here.
You picked up any New York, NC lingo down there, down south lingo? You call soda pop now, or now you don't call soda pop?
No, I still have my new. Do I still sound New York? Do I sound?
Yeah. No, not at all.
Thank God. Because I remember when I used to live here years ago, I would call back home. My boy used to be like, "Yo, son, you gotta come home like once every 90 days or something, bro. You sound like a country bumpkin now, son."
Oh,
but
man.
nah, I still try to stay up with my New York lingo, man. I ain't trying to lose that, bro.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
I ain't trying to be like, "Hey y'all, how y'all doing?" Nah.
When was the last time you were in New York, or on top of the hill, or the childhood upbringings?
Last time I was in New York was 2023. I came up for my birthday.
Okay. About 2 years ago. Okay.
Well, no, I didn't come up. I came up right after my birthday when the Giants lost 40-0 to the Cowboys. I went to that game. I came up for the game.
You're never gonna forget that one, huh?
Bro. Look, it was bad on TV, Kenford, but it was worse at the stadium.
Real life. Oh man,
it was worse.
I could imagine.
But they was talking big shit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah. Cowboy fans is chirping.
And Cowboys fan, like that night, I learned they travel, bro.
Yeah, they travel heavy. Them and the Steelers.
Just as many Cowboys fans in Giants Stadium as it was Giants fans.
Yeah, they got a big following. Cowboys fans, they got a big following.
Yeah, huge. Bro. It was. I left at the middle of third quarter. I was gone. I was already out of there.
You're out.
What I'm staying around for?
Yeah. Wow.
Only good part of that game, I was under the mezzanine, so I didn't get rained on.
Oh, you're chilling.
I was chilling. That was the only great part of that game. Everything else sucked about that night.
Oh
yeah,
man.
But that was the last time I was in New York. But I'll be back I'll be up in July though, man. I'm coming.
Okay, summertime. Okay.
Yeah, I come up for the 4th.
10 years from now, what will Tony be doing?
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. I hope to have my own brick and mortar. Maybe more than one brick and mortar, bro. Okay. A couple of them.
All right. Got to dream big, right? I mean, that's the only way to do it. Okay.
Brick and mortar, and I just want something where we can go as Black folks, man, and sit, enjoy a nice meal, enjoy some nice music amongst our people, bro. You don't have a lot of establishments like that, bro. Especially down here.
Right.
Right. It's a few, but not many. And the food scene down here sucks. No disrespect, but yeah, it's very limited, bro. Like I have to make my own halal food down here.
Jesus.
Thank God I know how to make it.
You know how to cook. Yeah, you know
how to make it. But if I want halal, I gotta make it myself.
You gotta make it yourself. You can't go to this truck or whatever around
the truck I went to, bro.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I'd rather make it myself, Kenford.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
But in 10 years, bro, I hope to have a brick and mortar for either a catering facility or a restaurant. I used to want a food truck, and all of that, but seeing the demographic down here and what's going on and how this area is growing and how there's not a lot of soul food, like that's what I would try to do. Cool, that's my goal in the next 10 years. That's where I see myself in 10 years. Hopefully get ready to retire.
There you go. All right. Retirement. Okay. Hey man,
Yeah,
heal up,
but
man, with
I've
that
learned.
finger.
Listen,
Yeah, go ahead.
I had an old head tell me
Yeah,
retirement ain't your age, young blood. It's your income.
it's your income. Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So
You can cook forever, man. You know,
I can
it's
cook
just
forever. I
yeah.
need to get this money though.
Hey, stay safe, man. Watch your finger. Hope your finger heals up. You know, I know you're playing hurt tonight coming on here.
Ah man,
Stop,
it's just a little boo boo, man. I'm
stop
good,
chopping so
bro.
fast, man. What are you, lefty or righty?
I'm a lefty.
You're a lefty, so
Well, actually, I'm ambidextrous, so I could do it with both.
you could do both. Okay,
hmm
very cool,
I
man.
learned how to do stuff with my right hand once I broke it, cause when you have to go through therapy
Oh,
and
the
all of that.
forearm, the broken forearm. Oh, okay, so it goes way back. Okay,
hmm
gotcha, gotcha,
So
gotcha,
that's how I
gotcha,
learned how
gotcha,
to do a lot of stuff with my right hand.
gotcha. Hey, 97 is great. You know, second best is okay being second best 98. So it's okay. It's cool.
I don't agree with you, but we already just had this conversation, bro. Shout out to the class of '98, all my
yeah,
Rampo Griffins, class of '98 that's
yeah.
watching this podcast. They know we the best. They just don't want to admit it, son.
Hey, huge
98, y'all was cool. Y'all was alright. Y'all was alright. But how they say on Biggie album, we got John Blaze shit.
the Mad Rapper.
The Mad
Oh
Rapper.
man, the Mad Rapper. Oh man, you got me. I'm
See?
gonna have to go back and listen to that tape tonight. Hey, huge pleasure having you on the show. You reached out to
Absolutely, my
me.
brother. Thank you for the opportunity, man.
You
This is a dope experience,
you,
man.
you reached out, and I said we got to do it. We got to support each other, and you know I kept my promise, and you made it happen. So thank you for that. Thank you for the content.
I'm gonna send you the link for this too. Or anybody on the live,
Yeah,
Facebook, Dwayne Bell. If you from the town,
SV.
Spring Valley the brand, Dwayne Bell. Tap in with him. I'm gonna give Kenford the link. You can share it on your page, bro. Whatever you
Will
need to
do.
do. Y'all support the young man's brand. He's doing something positive for the town, man. Representing us. Spring Valley.
Spring Valley. Hey, keep doing your thing, the private thing, the catering thing. I think it's dope. You're very talented.
Absolutely, my brother.
You're very talented. Much success to you, the family. Any shout outs, by the way? Anybody, any love back home?
Uh Shout out my family's establishment, Big Daddy's Home Plate Barbecue. Anybody on the live, if you're in Rockland, stop by, show us some love, please. We appreciate it. Shout out to my mom, Tawana Parker, my sister, Jamisha, my brother, Jarrell, all my colleagues, my friends, my loved ones. If I didn't mention your name, charge it to my heart, please. Um, Shout out to Rockland.
Yeah.
And shout out to Class of 98, baby.
All right.
And
Shout out to
shout out
Class
to my
98.
brother Kenford for having me on the podcast
I,
tonight,
I
man.
appreciate that, man. Let's do this again sometime, man. This is cool, man. This is cool.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And
Hey,
anybody, please, have you go on my page. Me and my brother Jovan Alexander have a podcast called Oh Father. We are tackling topics with dealing with Black fathers and our community as fathers. So please tap in, share, like, comment. We're trying to grow the platform, okay? Thank you very much, Kenford, for having me tonight, my brother.
appreciate
God
it.
bless you. I appreciate you. And like I said, we got to do this again sometime soon, bro.
For sure, man. Antonio Lynn Sr., appreciate it. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. We are out.
Peace, my brother.
Thank you.